you need a budget gaming computer, well, I have one for you for $250. RTX 3050, i5 7500. Got you. This PC can play games like Fortnite, God of War, Valorant, Apex Legends at high frame rates. I was able to get 144 FPS on this computer on the OG map. The specs of this $250 PC are an i5 7500, which came with the Optiplex 5050. Your Optiplex 5050 could come with an i7 6700. They're pretty much similar. Or it could come with the i7 7700, which is a significant upgrade. So if you do get one of those, they're pretty much all the same FPS wise. They're all 6 or 7 gen processors, so it doesn't really change much. But we have our RTX 3050, which is the main driving force of our performance and what pretty much makes it a gaming PC. You want to make sure you have 16 gigabytes of RAM. 8 gigabytes is just not enough these days. If you can bring 32, do it. Your Optiplex 5050 that you bought on eBay could come with 16 out the box. And I also added a 1 terabyte SSD. Yours could come with an SSD, but if you have one at home and then you want to just move that over, that's kind of what I did. I just moved it over. I have my main PC back there in the back, and I just took out one of the SSDs that I had in there and put it in there. And that's pretty much it. $250. I'll put up prices right here, and I hope y'all enjoy the build guide. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up your Optiplex, and you're going to want to cake your SSD, unless there's already one in there, and you bought our Optiplex with a pre-installed SSD. You're going to want to open it up, take the SSD, plug in the SATA data power cable, and plug in the SATA power cable. SATA data, SATA power. The SATA data cable is the smallest cable with the smallest head, and the SATA data is the one with the larger head. Now you're gonna want to put it in your graphics card. This is the funnest part, the easiest part. I didn't have PCI slot covers. You may not have them either, but you're going to line up the graphics card with the blue slot, because the blue slot is the most powerful and the highest bandwidth slot. You're going to line that up, take out 2 slot covers, PCI slot covers, place it in, and then you're going to want to remove the bracket and then place it back on. If you have a GPU with supplementary power, I assume that you know your own thing and that you want to do things like this, but this is for the $250 build guide, which is the exact parts list where I had it. So once you're done with that, you can go ahead and close up the computer, put on the side panel, which is a struggle, I can tell, I already know. You're going to want to put it back on, and that's pretty much it. Then you can test it, plug it back in, plug in all your computer stuff, and that's pretty much it. And that's the end of the build guide. Now that we've fully assembled the PC, we can move on to benchmarks. I'm only benchmarking Fortnite today because I did not have time to install all the other games, but I really hope you enjoy. I got a little montage for you. These are the settings that I was using during the benchmark in creative and on OG. It is all low performance mode with 75% render scale at 1440p, so 1080p. I hopped onto the OG map for this last little benchmark. I was getting anywhere from 120 FPS to 140. I was getting really high FPS even on the battle bus, which is surprising. And as I was coming in, I was seeing a few drops, but the drops are more likely related to the high CPU usage that I was getting from recording. So if you were just playing the game, you're gonna see anywhere from 120 to 144 FPS, maybe even high 160s at peak. And depending on the map, FPS does typically tend to get better on Fortnite the more you play. So if you build up enough shaders, optimize the game a little bit, maybe you can see up to 165 FPS just like you were in creative, maybe even 200s if you're lucky with some really good optimization. So all around, I can recommend this. And then for the rest of this benchmark, I'm just gonna have a little montage showing off the FPS and some of my supreme Fortnite skills, like I'm a revolver god. And I really just hope y'all enjoy for the rest of the video, and we're gonna head straight into the outro. I can't speak. So that's pretty much it for the benchmarks. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I want to give a little PSA to those who are looking to build this or are looking for the giveaway. I am doing a giveaway once I hit 5,000 followers on TikTok or Twitch. I'm much closer on TikTok, so make sure you go check it out in my link tree in the description. So I really will enjoy. And this is a little PSA. CPU in the i5-7500 is a okay pair for the RTX 3050. You are going to run into a major bottleneck eventually once you're looking to play AAA games like God of War and things like that. But if you're playing like a CPU bound game like Fortnite or Valorant, you'll be fine because those games are really light. But with a GPU intensive game like God of War and things like that, you're gonna be way better off with DLSS 3 because you get it for the 3050. That's the main reason I picked it, and not an older GPU like an RX 580 or an RX 570 or a 1650. This is a great replacement for the 1650, by the way. And I'm pretty much what I'm saying is, if you have a $200 to $250 budget, get this. If you have a $250 budget or higher, get a Lenovo ThinkStation with 32 gigabytes of RAM and like an i7, like an i7 8700K, and then grab a 3060 Ti or a 3070, maybe even an RX 6600, 6700 XT, which is what I have in my gaming PC. If you do have a higher budget, make sure you prioritize a higher tier CPU and GPU. Don't worry about RAM, don't worry about looks. I know I have a nice looking PC, but don't worry about looks too much. Looks can be deceiving when it comes to performance. I've seen people get Ryzen 9 and a Ryzen 9 5950X, which is an old CPU at this point, but they pair it with an RTX 4060 Ti or RTX 4060. Bad decision making like that can ruin your performance. So, like I said, like I like to say, be budget conscious, but not too budget conscious. And that's pretty much it for y'all. So I really hope y'all enjoy. Make sure you go check out all my links in the description in my link tree. And I will be doing a giveaway at 5K on here or 5K on TikTok for this PC. So I really hope y'all enjoy. I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.